Hey guys, it's Alex, and I am 5 weeks on testosterone as of today. So, I had a little bit of a mishap earlier that I'll kind of talk to you guys about. I literally just injected my T. Today I injected it into my left leg, and I was going to take off the cap of the needle to inject, and I sticked myself, which I don't know if that you guys know what that means, but I quickly jabbed myself with the needle, not on purpose, into my finger. So that happened, and it freaked me out, and I almost didn't inject because I got so freaked out by it. Um, but I ended up basically being like a baby and rocking myself and listening to music for a little bit and breathed and calmed myself down. Um, but I did inject myself, so I got over it, but it was really scary. So, any changes since that last week? Not really. My voice is continuing to drop a little bit. Um, I don't know if it was at the same level that it was at last week or not. Um, but since last week, I have last week's video at least. I went to Youth Pride up in Boston. I don't know why I said Providence. It was up in Boston. It was really good. I thought it was a really fun experience. I had gone last year too. The turnout wasn't as big this year as last year, but it was still a lot of fun. So I really like the way that they represent kind of the transgender spectrum, because before they didn't really talk about transgender so much. They used to mainly be talking about the LG instead of the B or the T, but now T is being talked about more. I think B is still kind of left behind in the whole rest of the LGBT spectrum, like the QA stuff. Basically, whenever I say LGBT, I don't mean this as an insult. I just say LGBT alphabet. Go down the line, include everybody, because it's important for everybody. So I think that transgender is starting to be a big part of youth prides and prides in general nowadays. The only issue I think though is that they're kind of focusing on the majority of transgender. So they're focusing on people who are stereotypically F to M's who are masculine, and who are going through hormonal changes, hormone replacement therapy, top surgeries in general, and M to F's who are also going on hormones and going through surgeries and everything. I don't think they're as much focusing on people who are just non-binary, genderqueer, gender fluid, which I have several friends who do identify as that, and they use the pronouns they, their, and them, which I have completely respected. But I don't think the light is shined on them as much, or people who are transgender and feminine or masculine, like people who are F to M and still kind of feminine. I've had friends in the past, and I do have friends that are F to M and feminine, as well as M to F's who are M to F's and masculine. And I don't think anything's wrong with that. I just think that we're sticking to a bit of a stigma that in order to be F to M or M to F, you have to be basically what a stereotypical male or female would be. That's what you have to fit in order to be that. And so I don't think that's right, but I do think we're taking a step in the right direction by getting some acknowledgement in the community. So, also since last week, I came out to my dad and I gave him a letter, and since then it's been pretty good. Things have been looking up and looking forward. We have been talking about it more and everything, and but the issue is that he's not really taking the complete stance that I want. He's kind of looking at things I'm already on T, so he's oh well, we want to look at the long-term effects, and I already know that long-term effects, but And I understand that he doesn't, but when I inform him, he doesn't kind of trust me, in a sense, how I feel. And that kind of annoys me. And the fact that he's so concerned about my weight. And he says that the whole reason why I'm transgender and felt dysphoria and everything was because I became more inactive when I went into middle school. Um, I am not obese. I'm overweight, but there's nothing wrong with whatever how much you weigh. And I'm really sorry that like this brightness is weird. I'm in my basement and I have the TV in front of me playing music, so I will try and edit it as best as possible. But like just stuff like that kind of annoys me and everything, and I wish he wouldn't take that stance. Like I have no problem being a little bit overweight. Like there's no issue with that, and I don't think anybody should be shamed because they're not. I know this skinny person. I don't think people who are like um thinner should feel ashamed of who they are either. As long as you're healthy and as long as you're taking care of your body and yourself, there's nothing wrong with you and there's nothing wrong with the way you are. But right now, I'm going to read you guys a little bit of the end part of my letter. Um, Basically, I'm just skipping over the part that's talking about how I felt earlier in my life. I'm the same person I've always been. The only difference is that I'm sharing a deeper part of me with you because I love you and I trust you and I want you to be a part of my life. I've always been this person, and no one influenced me in this. If it was someone else's influence, or if it was just a phase, it never would have lasted this long and had such an impact on me. I don't want you to think about this as something that you or mom did wrong because you both did fine as parents. I'm a healthy person and I'm not a failure, so it's not like you guys messed up. Please do not blame mom. Sure, you don't agree with some things she's done as a parent in the past, but she has been helping me and supporting me, and I don't want either of you to blame each other because of something that I am. I'm not something that can be fixed into being this girl that I've been seen as for so long. You can change the body but not the brain, so what I'm doing is trying to better myself in the physical aspect. I'm working out and trying to eat better. I've been binding my chest and keeping my hair short in the way I like it. In April, I saw an endocrinologist at Providence. We talked about my physical and mental transition, and we both agreed that I was more than ready. I received a letter from the doctor as well as my primary care doctor to begin hormone replacement therapy. I am now taking weekly injections of testosterone that will begin to masculinize my body. This is not a decision I was able to make overnight. It was something I've done copious amounts of research on for the past several years. I know this is what I want. My bad. I lost my place. I know this is who I am, and I know this is extremely difficult. I don't want you to think I'm doing this to hurt you because that is not my intent. I'm going to try not to ask too much of you. I just want you to respect me and my decision. I want you to stay in my life, but I need you to accept me. I know that coming out as transgender, you are going to have a stigma of what transgender means. But the true definition is denotating or relating to a person whose self-identity does not conform unambiguously to conventional notions of male or female gender. To me, being transgender means to be the person that you feel and you know you are. The depression, anxiety, and uncomfortableness that I feel is gender dysphoria. Gender dysphoria is the condition of feeling one's emotional and psychological identity as male or female to be opposite to one's biological sex. For someone to be approved for hormone replacement and surgical procedures, they need to show consistent signs of gender dysphoria, severe enough to affect one's life. I'm giving you this letter to give you time to digest this all, for it is a lot to take all at once, and I understand. Please take as much time as you need. I love you, and I hope for the best. Love, Alexander Oliver. So that was my letter that I gave him. And so I hope that that provides maybe some help for writing a coming out letter if that's what you decide to do. There's no really right way to come out. It's just however you feel comfortable and however the situation provides. Just make sure you do it in a very safe way, um, and you're ready in case something bad were to happen, and be prepared. So I hope everybody's having a really good week. I'll see you guys next week and update you and bring out another topic. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.